Hey, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahweh Shai, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahweh Shai, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahweh Shai. All praises unto Yahweh Hashem Shai. Double honors to the apostles of GreatMillStone. All you brothers that be pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. So I wanted to do this quick video here, and it's based off of this article here. Now we know some of these articles that be being posted nowadays, especially on places like Russia Today and so on and so forth, okay, is nothing but propaganda. We do know that the elite banking families, they play both sides of the fence, if you will, both sides of the war game, both sides of pulling nations to come to war against each other. And as a result, you're gonna have it to where, whether it be the West or within the so-called Eastern world, so-called second world, you're gonna have news information that's gonna be that's gonna have an alternative agenda, okay, or furthermore, I would even say an alternative agenda, because the agenda is clear from this. We're pulling towards war, and it's beautiful, because I might even title it with reference to Iran and World War III, because it's beautiful. We've just started 2018, and you know, we're moving with the West is moving with aggression against Iran. So the end is close, man. We know Iran is one of the last targets, because that's really a Russian backed country. But as I said before, our brothers that are more astute within the geopolitics, hopefully they agree, and hopefully they can expound upon it as they do their thing. So it's going to be better. It's going to be better in the whole brotherhood, because it's all good and well trying to speculate, but if you got the man for the job, then you should get the man to do the job, or at least ask that he does it. So so you got into where these countries right now, they're pitting up against each other, but we knew that Iran was going to be the last one. As I said before, Russia's the last. Russia is such a strong ally with Iran because of the oil and maybe other deals that they have on the table, okay? And with more aggression being focused against Iran, and a focus on what's known as what's it called here? What they call in there? You know, having it to where Iran is seen as in bad light, because quote unquote they did something against their so-called people. We've seen the playbook before. Okay, we've read this playbook before. But like I said, this is kind of like propaganda, because now you got it to where Iran's now pointing the finger at the United States, saying, look, you know, you're the one that causes these different things to happen. I did a similar sort of video before, okay, where I was speaking on how everybody's learning the playbook, and everybody is exposing America for this playbook that they've had for the longest. That is to say, when they desire a country, when they desire to go into a particular place, what they're going to do is they're going to say, look, this leader is, you know, so-called causing havoc to his own people. Okay, he's causing human rights violations. And let's not forget the human rights violations that the government of America, okay, perpetrates to his people. I believe perpetrates is going to be the right word. I'm not quite sure. I'm a linguist, but I'm not a linguist, okay? Especially the Negroes, Hispanics, Native American, with the socially engineered depravity that they're in, and they're living in, the conditions that they live in. You never hear about that, okay? But when it comes to other countries, oh, you hear about that. They'll tell you all about that, okay? They'll have it on the news all over the place, okay? But we're not really wanting to think about that at the minute, because that's not the point of this this particular video. The point of this particular video is dealing with the man, okay, Esau the beast, okay, being made to take away peace from the earth. All right, whatever way you want to look at it, if you want to look at it on a more basic level, America going against these different countries, or if you want to look at it at a more complex level, in that you was always within the house of Esau. You always had it to where they had people on the ground, boots on the ground, if you will, in major empires. Okay, so they had their own thing going, which is America, and they had boots on the ground amidst the Japanese right now, amidst the Chinese right now, amidst the Iranians. Okay, an example that comes to mind is was it Haman, the Agagite, okay, which was sent as a what? A sleeper cell amidst those Medo-Persian Empire, so that he could what? He could take advantage of certain situations, and that was going to be beneficial to what? Edom. The same thing you got right now. You got certain guys out there amidst the Iranians that are causing havoc, okay, on the ground, and you got it to where you got certain Iranian leadership that probably their line goes back to Edom, and they know what they're gonna do. Okay, because this all goes back to what? This all goes back onto the agenda of World War III, all right, which is going to cement their so-called New World Order ambitions. But we know through the scriptures that's not going to happen, because as they compile their plans together, as they put that all together, and they begin to be somewhat successful at it, then what the Lord was going to do, he was going to make it more difficult for him. One of the major things that's making it difficult for him is the fact now you got it to where the men of the Lord are coming and doing videos like this. Okay, you had some guys out there, these truthers and these so-called preppers that were doing videos like this, but they weren't really applying the biblical knowledge to it, which is where the fire is at. That's where the real energy of the thing is at. Okay, because when you go to where the scriptures are applied to it, and you know it to where most of the people out there within the world, they're Israelites. Okay, when you apply the scripture to the things that are happening out here, it's going to be dangerous to Esau's enterprise. Okay, so let's just read a few excerpts from this. You know, I pretty much did the video in those things I was talking about, but I'm just going to read a few excerpts and expound upon the points I made, and then read the scripture to finish off. So it says, Iranian prosecutors point fingers to CIA, Israel, and Saudi Arabia for unrest. And this is the same playbook as before, okay? What they're going to get into in this article, and it'll be a good article for you to read if you're trying to understand the politics on a basic level. And like I said, there's a more complex thing out there, and I'll leave that for the brothers that are astute to do it. And Lord's will, they do it, because it will be edifying for me and for the whole brotherhood. Okay, so it says, Iran's public prosecutor has blamed the CIA, Israel, and Saudi Arabia for stirring up unrest in the Islamic Republic. And this is out there in Iran. Now, if you check out the so-called Arab Spring, which has been toppling over for the last, maybe a decade across the Middle Eastern countries, and, you got women driving out there within certain countries, and they're wanting to be more westernized, and they want equal footing with the male, and so on and so forth. You had it to where the whole fabric of society out there within the Middle East has been toppling over. Would have prescribed the agenda to be set forth, okay? But who was on the ground setting that up? It was these on the ground, CIA, okay, certain individuals that they sent out there as agent provocateurs, and ultimately, you got it to where within the leadership, you got certain cats within the leadership that their line goes back onto Edom, okay? There's certain major Edomites out there, okay, that look like gooks, man, but they could trace their line back all the way back onto Esau, and principally the house of the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds and so on and so forth. So they're out there like sleeper cells, and they're getting their banks, their central banking sorted out there within Mr. Moabites and Mr. Ammonites and so on and so forth. But on the ground too, you was always going to have agent provocateurs that was going to set these things in motion. Now, what this article is going into is just that. Like I said, I'm not going to go into it because I don't want to make this video too long. Pretty much I've spoken about everything that I wanted to speak about. But this is an example of that, okay? And this all goes back onto this precept here where I'm going to conclude within the book of Revelations, the 6th chapter on the 4th verse. And it says, and they went out another horse, and that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, okay? And that they should kill one another. And there was a great sword. There was given unto him a great sword. So these are people that are so-called Europeans, and I'm not talking about your Israelites out there, okay, that was dispersed amidst those Europeans, and they have the complexion of a European, okay, like the child of Blake Griffin looks like a European, but that's the seed of an Israelite. I ain't talking about those individuals. I'm talking about the line that goes back onto Edom. This is the people whom the Lord has sent to take peace from the earth. Okay, so they think that this agenda that they've got with the so-called New World Order is their own agenda, but really it's the Lord's agenda, because the Lord is really, Yahweh Shem Yahshai is the one too, okay, and really the one that is setting up a new world order, right? But this is a world order for the Israelites, okay? And the people that you have out here right now ruling the world, the Edomites, they're the ones that are taking peace from the earth, thinking that they're establishing their own thing, but rather they're actually establishing what the Lord has prescribed them to do. Okay, so I don't know exactly what I'm going to title this. Okay, but this was all dealing with these people put on the earth to take to go out there as agent provocateurs. Okay, as sleeper cells, as major players within political offices. Okay, and economic institutions. Okay, although they may look like the people that are off that foreign country, really are off Edom, and the Lord has created them to take peace upon the earth. And the article that we briefly went into is an example of these nations realizing that, but really it goes deeper than that. So with that, I'm going to say all praises unto Yahweh Shem Yahshai. Okay, Lord's will that was at the very least inspirational. Okay, all praises unto Yahweh Shem Yahshai. Double honors to the apostles of GreatMillStone. Honestly, brothers, that be pushing this truth in sincerity. Shalom.